I used to be a regular girl. Kind of boring, actually. No talents and no intriguing interests. Average grades and a few friends, but no one who really got close. And got me. No siblings to hang on to. My best way to spend time was taking walks while listening to music or watching top 10 videos on YouTube. I even took naps to pass the time. I was nothing special and hadn't contributed to the world in any way, but I didn't worry. My time would come. When you die at the age of 23, you deserve something grand. When you get so little of life, you deserve to die in a spectacular way. I didn't even manage that. Instead, I got the lamest death ever. I slipped on a banana peel, fell and hit my head so hard on the curb that the impact killed me. My landlady found me 5 meters from the front door a few hours later. By then, I was useless. My last chance to make a difference, to make a change in the world, was gone. I couldn't even save someone with my perfect organs from regular exercise, never smoking, and rarely drinking. So here I am, sitting on the curb where I died 8 hours ago, waiting for something to happen. Maybe that's the problem, that I'm always waiting for something to happen instead of making it happen. Still, I don't move. I'm scared and furious and trying not to cry. I hear footsteps behind me. Slowly, I turn my head, looking at the person beside me. It is midnight, in the middle of week. No one is out at this hour in this neighborhood. So I know, before I look at him, that he is not real. Or maybe he's not alive. That might be a better description. I scan him with my eyes as he scans me. Black jeans, black t-shirt, black leather jacket, black shoes, all black everywhere. I think he's a few years older than me, but it's hard to tell. Oh, and he has a scythe. So you are Death, I presume? I say snarkily. And even though he is insanely beautiful, I continue. I would say angel of death, but you don't look like an angel. He still says nothing, just turns his head a little to the side and continues to look at me. Gives me a bleak smile. Here to collect my soul or just sightseeing? I ask him and cross my arms over my chest. You don't have one, he says with a low voice, way too raspy and deep for his age. Excuse me? He comes over, sits next to me, looks up at the stars above. You're like me, he says, his eyes twinkling in the starlight. He sighs and hands me a scythe. I look at him skeptically, but I can't stop my hands from moving, from grabbing the long wooden handle. Your soul is out there, and you're going to need this to get it out. I stare at him as he gets up, gaping like an idiot. He pats me on the shoulder and starts walking away. I tear my eyes away from him, looking at the weapon in my hands. His words echo strangely in my head. Your soul is out there, and you're going to need this to get it out. I scramble to my feet. Wait, I call out. He doesn't stop, just keeps strolling down the road. I run after him, catch up. This can't be right, I say and try to hand back the scythe. I don't like it either. I've seen this before and it rarely ends well. It's just that sometimes there's an error. A soul gets misplaced and the owner has to find it before being able to move on. Just remember who you are and you will be fine, he says, without even looking at me. Is that what you're doing? Looking for your soul? I ask him, trying to keep up with him. Even though it looks like he's just strolling, he's fast. I have to jog to keep up with him. The scythe in my hand like a weird weight, but it feels good. Like I have control over it, and I'm never in control over anything. Yes, but I am different. My soul will be the last to be reaped. Until then, I help good souls move on, Bad souls repent, and those without a soul to find theirs. I don't find you very helpful, I protest, and that makes him stop. We stand straight underneath a streetlight. I take the chance to properly look at him. He's insanely beautiful, but not quite human. He cups my cheek in his hand, comforting me. My heart slows down a little, the anger and fear subsiding. There are a few others around the world like us, looking for their souls. Most of them help me, some don't, depending on what feels right. I will show you how to reap a soul, and then you can decide if you just want to look for your own, or if you want to help people. I will show you how to reap a soul, and then you can decide if you just want to look for your own, or if you want to help the people around you, he says. Come on. He grabs my hand and we move further into the city. There is no one here, not even in the middle of the city. Just the two of us, hand in hand with our scythes, until I hear a voice, calling out, luring me in its direction. We round a corner and I see an old woman, moving in a way old women don't, easily, freely, without the slightest trace of pain. She smiles at us, glowing slightly in a pale blue. The not human guy lets go of my hand, walks the last strides by himself. He raises the scythe, put the tip to her forehead. She explodes in color and light. The most beautiful fireworks I have ever seen. It fills me with light and joy and just a hint of jealousy. I want to help. I want to witness this over and over until it's my turn. Time moves differently here, standing still and racing at the same time. I have known a few people who have moved on, but they didn't know me, didn't recognize me. I have changed into something not quite human. My limbs are longer, fairer but stronger. The hair that used to be a mousy brown has turned a shiny black. My face is that of stories. It makes me sad that they don't recognize me. I no longer feel the joy of souls, the light no longer beautiful and moving. Now I just want my own soul and my own exploding light to move on. I met the guy a while back, asking him how I find my soul and reap it. He didn't know. He said he had never seen it, just felt when one of us left this world. I don't know how long it has been since I came here, to this rooftop or to this world. I look down at the city where I used to live my pathetic little life, and I can't remember what it is called. It doesn't matter anyways. It was an accident. I was angry and frustrated. The man in his 50s looked at me with such hope and it pissed me off. I don't want to do this anymore. It's just so unfair. Despite that, I was going to help him, like I always help. I put the scythe to his forehead, but I pushed too hard. Instead of exploding into light, the scythe sank into his head. It absorbed the light instead, making it pour into me. I felt wonderful, amazing, like life and light and joy. The stars spread out above me, and it felt like they were there just for me. Then the light faded, subsided, and I felt the horror of what I had done. I am special. I have a great talent. I am strong and important, and I make a difference, just like I always dreamed I would do. A smile is curling my lips, and it's a good day. The rain is pouring, but it doesn't touch me. I see a girl in the street, looking a bit confused. She's perfect. I glide towards her, my gown billowing around me. I take a second to decide how I want to do this. Quick and easy, or a challenge? Quick and easy, always quick and easy. I take off at a run, swing the scythe and bury it into her chest. She starts screaming, but then it's over, and the light of her soul is filling me up. What are you doing? I turn around slowly, his voice ruining my high. We have met a few times since that first night. I know his name by now. Hello, Adam, I purr. He looks at me with horror. I just smile and tilt my head, lean on the scythe. You found your soul 3 years ago. I saw you find it. What are you still doing here? He asks me, trying to keep a safe distance. I don't want it anymore, I say and shrug. I like it here. He looks like he's about to cry. You have to move on. You don't belong here and you can't keep doing this, he says with desperation in his voice. Do you even remember your own name? He was trying to stop me. Adam was always trying to stop me and I was getting sick of it. I had had enough. You know what? I think you have a point, I say with a sigh. Things have to change.